Rejected after a job interview? 3 ways to handle rejections after job interviews. Welcome back, guys. This is Victoria from SiteHunt. Today in this video I'm going to talk about job rejections. More specifically, 3 ways to handle rejection after a job interview. So you're really passionate about your job search, you're attending interviews, and oftentimes your application will be rejected due to multiple unknown reasons. Being rejected after a job interview can really hurt because it kind of makes you question your competences. It makes you feel disappointed and even feeling insecure. However, you are going to handle and deal with many job rejections during your career path. So learning how to handle rejection is one of the most important skills you can develop during your job search. That's why in this video I'm going to tell you the 3 best tips to deal with job rejection after your application has been rejected after this job interview. But before we start, all I'm asking from you is just to drop a like and subscribe to our channel because it will motivate us to make even more free and available content for you. The very first tip for you in order to handle the rejection after the job interview is to ask for a detailed feedback only if you're genuinely interested to learn. In fact, many of the HR professionals would not agree with me on this point because they would say that it's always good to ask for detailed feedback. However, I really wouldn't agree here because many employers would simply not give you deeper feedback because of legal or maybe other security reasons, or simply you're not psychologically ready to receive this feedback. So I would suggest you to ask for the detailed feedback only if you're really interested to learn from this experience, if you want to implement this in practice, or simply you have to be open to actively listen, not arguing or trying to, let's say, win the entire situation by your point of view. So if you're indeed open to this type of criticism, I would suggest you to just ask for a deeper feedback because it can make you analyze the situation much better, and it can even prepare you better for the coming interviews. So if you're really a person who is self-critical, I would say, then definitely ask for this deeper feedback. The second important thing that you should do after you have been rejected from the job interview is to take advantage of the rejection. In fact, a rejection itself is not a negative situation per se, if you know how to deal with it in a kind of a smart way. So even if you haven't received a detailed feedback from the interview, you should ask yourself why you haven't received an offer, why you haven't been selected for this position. What went wrong? Was it a question that caught you unprepared, or simply you haven't done enough homework and research about the company? So analyzing these factors that you kind of missed out during the interview, or maybe you haven't paid enough attention to, can make you kind of analyze the situation much better and even prepare you for the coming interviews. So of course, you don't have to go to every single detail what happened during the interview and jump to overthinking, but simply analyzing these things that you haven't really paid enough attention to will kind of make you be more self-aware about your weaknesses and just the things that you really have to put more effort in for your next interview. The third thing that you must have in mind after you have been rejected from the job interview is to prepare yourself psychologically for rejection. So you must be aware that even though your interview went great and you had a wonderful, excellent performance, still there are many factors that drive the final decision. Usually there are multiple reasons why you haven't been selected for that job, and these reasons are under your control. So it's good to know that the rejection is not a reflection of your abilities and who you are in fact. In many cases, there are many reasons why the employer will simply choose another candidate, and all these factors are under your control. For example, the employer might have received 50 applications for one particular position. Or simply the company will decide to hire, let's say, an internal candidate who knows the business better. Or sometimes the company is in a rush to hire someone, and simply they will choose a person who is available sooner. So there are all these kind of things that can happen in the background that you really are not aware of, and you can't do anything about it. So stop blaming yourself for your abilities and simply continue with your job search and other opportunities which are a better match for your expertise. And if you want to avoid rejections after the job interview, I have prepared a special video for you about how to crack the core interview questions. I strongly advise you to watch it after this video, so make sure to check it out. I'm going to link it in the description below.